So the second movement I'd like to go over is the kettlebell swing. The swing lines up the same way as the deadlift. You start with your kettlebell underneath your feet, lined up with your heels, so you have the ability to reach back and grab it. Some forms of kettlebell swings, people will have you start with the kettlebell out in front and drag it back to create a backwards movement that you can fire back up. Each are fine, and to each zone. I like starting lined up like a deadlift, and we do what we call a dead swing, which is just a quick little pop, not very high, to create some momentum. And as the kettlebell swings through your legs, you've now created that pendulum to keep that swing moving back and forth. One mistake people make here is when they swing a kettlebell, the kettlebell ends up falling underneath their knees. You never want the bell to go below your kneecaps. You always want the bell to line up through your inner thighs. If doing this right, when you're done, the handles should slightly bruise your inner thighs. Not for a long period of time, it won't happen all the time, but in the beginning stages, you should feel those handles glide through your inner thighs. Again, the hand sandwich, driving the hips, creating that pendulum, and the kettlebell should just swing back and forth, nice and fluid. There's no stops on either end of the movement. So when you line yourself up, you grab hold of the kettlebell, quickly pop it up to create some momentum, let it fall, drive it. Momentum will take a part in this, so as it falls through your legs, you're creating speed to drive it back up. When you are done, do what I just did. Let it fall to the ground and then drop it. You never want to stop from midair, excuse me. From the side, again, you're going to do that dead swing, which is a quick little pop, and then bring it down and create the process of the momentum. So up through the inner thighs, looking straight down, push that butt back, drive those hips right out in front, and again, down. This is a great exercise to add to any circuit. It creates speed, momentum, explosion, glutes, hips, hamstrings, and as you can see, you get a little bit out of breath. That is your kettlebell swing. Okay, now in regards to the kettlebell swing, there are two variations. There's the Russian kettlebell swing, which I showed you, then there's the American kettlebell swing, which you see used in a lot of CrossFit competitions and training. The American kettlebell swing adds a little bit of a squat to the movement, and it takes the kettlebell directly overhead instead of coming straight out in front of you. So your American kettlebell swing ends up being more of a giant lift overhead. So we're all the way up and all the way down. And this move at the top, when your arms are fully engaged, creates a lot of core engagement. So you're using your abs, your obliques, and all your core to stop the kettlebell from going overhead. A little bit harder of a movement, to be a little strenuous on your shoulders, and not as much cardio, I feel, as the Russian swing. My preference is the Russian. You do what you feel best with.